like we're pretty much about ready to get started. Everybody should be about to type their file names in now. Um, and boy, I have to say, we have quite the interesting seed here today. Um,
It was a heck of a seed, all right.
yeah, I went ahead and I did try to route the seed, and came up with a route that I'm pretty sure works. I didn't bother to take my usual time to like double and triple check everything, so I wasn't actually going to play. But yeah, I'm excited to see if these runners did any of the things that I did.
Kind of how I'm feeling too. Yeah, is that I mean, it was. We have a really interesting start with a lot of things that kind of are locked that you don't want to be locked. We've ended up with preset F, I believe this is, the combat secret caves.
Correct.
So, naturally, just with luck at the draw, you probably want some weapons first. We don't necessarily get that lucky.
Yeah, definitely not. There's a sword that you can get pretty early, and I routed that in because when I was routing it, because it looks like I didn't think too into the logic of it, but I think the seed logically wanted you to do Overlook Cave with just the skull hammer.
Yeah, that's what I saw too, and I was like, "There's no way in heck I'm doing that."
Yeah, that's pretty disgusting. It's bad enough to fight Darknets with a skull hammer, like one Darknet, but having to fight 4 of them at the same time is pretty gross.
It's really gross. We have an immediate route divergence. So J off outset and woofer onto install.
Yeah. My route did have me going to outset first.
Same. I wanted to collect that Picto so that on my first trip to Windfall I could do Lenzo, Door Cancel, and get Pompeii there.
Yeah, I didn't route in doing the Lenzo Door Cancel since I had the Picto, but...
Oh, that's true. You don't necessarily need to do that.
And now I'm actually pretty curious as to what Woofer is grabbing here. Because I didn't...
Lost chest is 100 rupees. I wonder... Yeah, that's gotta be it.
Yeah.
I saw that and was like, we need to go to House of Love later. I don't really want to grab that right now.
What I did for rupees, the way I routed it, was I went up to Pompeii and Vera through the Sploosh Kaboom, since you don't have a weapon for Jump Slash, and I just grabbed the 30 rupees behind the Sploosh Kaboom door, and then grabbed 10 more at the jail maze, because I decided to grab the double magic, so...
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But that 100 rupees is not bad either.
It's not terrible, no. It's perfectly reasonable. So, clearly some preferences here. We did basically have to come to Windfall another time, so it's not really that bad.
Yeah, Windfall is definitely two trips.
Yeah.
In this one, just because of... The seed kind of like... The interesting thing about the seed is it basically like almost hard locks everything behind like bow upgrades, and the bows are and the bows are in pretty bad spots. So,
oh, we have a bow locked bow, and then we have the bows locked behind a whole bunch. Those other bows locked behind a bunch of other chests.
Yeah, and then lots of things locked behind bows as well. So, and that's where, and the first bow is in that Overlook Cave we were talking about. So that's going to be the fun cave.
The fun cave?
Yeah. It depends. I'm hoping most people... I say most people. I'm hoping both runners grab the sword before they go there, because I really don't want to see this race come down to multiple, like, deaths trying to do Overlook Cave with just a skull hammer.
Yeah.
That would be so sad.
We've you know, we've got some like honestly incredible runners here. No one wants to do that. Wasn't it Woofer who was saying, I think once when Tuba was talking about a Plando and joked about, I think, that happening, which was like, I don't want to start a race I can't finish.
Yeah, that is true.
It's really rough.
Yeah. So
And
now,
it's totally understandable too. It's not like a slight at all.
yeah, Woofer grabbing Skullhammer here, and I'm guessing going to be grabbing the Picto and then leaving.
I would think so. That would make sense.
I am glad to see both of these runners got the double magic because that makes me feel a lot better about how I got it. I was like, oh man, am I being a baby for grabbing
Am I
this?
being a baby? I honestly, yeah, I didn't end up grabbing it, but it was just because when I checked out like everything else ahead of it, I we weren't really in a situation in ET where I felt like I needed it, and that's kind of where I was thinking about it. But
Yeah, it looks like
it was
jwiste.
pretty good.
Yeah, and it looks like jwiste is going to do the door cancel with, oh, excuse me, with while having the Picto, which is understandable. Oh, unless he's doing something. Oh, he's going to turn on the. Okay, he's going to get the vision. So
He's gonna get
not a
vision.
bad play.
This is interesting though. You made a good point that when you have the Picto, it's actually pretty fast to not have to do the door cancel.
Yeah. I'm interested to see where Woofer's going with this. I'm guessing this is a super swim of some kind.
I've never seen this lights on strat that looks so easy.
No, this is gonna also be door cancel, I think.
This does appear to be going the door cancel route, and that's where the grapple is.
Oh, I bet Woofer's
is
door
he door
canceling
canceling the
into.
headstone?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. That's not a bad idea.
No, not bad at all. That's
Bomb Island, which has
Yeah.
our other bow, so it's our non-magical. I wonder if Woofer is going to get 2 bows before Overlook, and then you have the 2 bow Skullhammer and a knife. That makes the Dark Nuts a little easier to deal with.
Yeah, that's a possibility. I know the way I had it routed was to do, once I finished doing, I basically was doing what jwiste did here, in a slightly different order, but then I did door cancel from there into the Eastern Fairy Island to get, there's a sword there, so.
Yeah, that's what I did too, actually.
Yeah, but this play here for the Bomb Island bow is not bad, because from Headstone you can just sail up to Shark Island and do Cyclos, so I really like this play here.
No, I think this is actually really smart.
It's so funny because it's harder for me to like talk about the stuff that Jay's doing that I like because it's the stuff that I was gonna do, and then like the stuff that Woofer's doing is different, so it's like, oh, I didn't think of that.
No, but that's like the great thing about spoiler lock in general too, is just getting to be like, this is a really interesting idea I didn't think about.
Yeah.
Just kind of learn it.
Oh, I think Woofer went
We fell, yeah.
slightly off to the side.
Yeah, it looks like it. Thankfully, relatively quick to retry.
Yeah. Yeah, not too bad. Jay was getting his skull hammer.
Get a little bit of vision this time, that's understandable.
Yeah. Alright, that should be good.
Yeah, that's all good.
Alright, so now we have Bomb Island with Skullhammer. And
which is, you know, not fun still, but
yeah, I think Jay is gonna do the same. Yeah, same thing. It looks like.
Looks like it. Yep. Fair enough. It's not a bad play. I did not think about it though. Yeah, to be honest.
Yep. But yeah, the fun thing about door cancel this time, not getting to see anything. So, very nice.
Very true. It's the exact opposite of a super swim. If you're photosensitive, don't worry. Nothing. You'll see nothing happening.
True. It's the anti-super swim.
Yeah, very true. Oh wow, I've never seen the Magtail bounce back out of the...
The other day I was doing a race and I ended up with the Magtail, like, falling out of, like, it hit the switch right as it was, like, unrolling, and then it was, like, in the cutscene, it showed like the magtail like fully like stretched out or whatever.
Yeah, fully expanded or whatever.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
That sounds honestly like a visual treat.
Yeah. It was fun.
As you call it off to Short Highland Cyclist, which is like really close, so it's a good play.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Nice backflip there. I'm always afraid to do that because a couple times I've had it where I try to do like a side hop or a backflip and I like pick up the magtail and have to watch the door opening cutscene again, and I'm like,
it's the worst, right?
mm-hmm. It is terrible. Now I'm really curious as what happens next, because I'm guessing Woofer's gonna go back to Windfall to get the grapple.
Could
But
be.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
I know that I definitely like we kind of had to get Hookshot as relatively soon because Angular led to Overlook, as we were mentioning. Well, I don't think we mentioned that Angular led to Overlook, but DQ
We talked
Leaf
about
is-
Overlook, but
We talked about Overlook, but yeah, DQ Leaf is in a really terrible spot this seed, and
yeah, it's pretty bad.
it causes a lot of problems.
I was gonna route in an EGL because of where that way I could do Earth Temple just with way less headache in one trip. And then I realized that how about I just route in Mirror Shield instead, because EGL is actually hard locked behind Mirror Shields.
Yep.
Doesn't make
Yep.
sense.
That's what I saw too, and I think I ended up routing in just trying to do ET. I mean, we're getting a little ourselves, but just trying to do it with command melody and just bringing out the equipment for the first song. But Mirror Shield was a very good play this season.
Yeah, I think. Well, now Woofer's going to Fire Mountain, which Fire Mountain is a horseshoe cave, which is going to have power bracelets. So that's a very important item. Like Pixel said, we have Earth Temple today, so this is going to be hard required. And
we also,
there's also
Stone Watcher, I believe.
Yep, Stone Watcher is Tower of the Gods, and we also have to do the Big Pig.
Oh, true.
Big Pig is hard required, so we need these power bracelets for a lot of stuff.
A lot of things. Yeah, I don't know if it matters what order it was done in, but I definitely aim to do Fire Mountain and an FCP and just kind of tie those together. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I have next in my route.
Matthew was given a little bit of headache here.
Yeah. Now it looks like Jay's doing the same thing here. This is just making me thinking that my route wasn't the fastest one because they're doing it very differently.
That's always what it feels like whenever I I consider it a bit of a blessing to get to watch Woofer, Jay, you as well, like honestly for my skill level, like and a bunch of other people run when I do the same race as them. Is getting to watch it back and be like, oh, I didn't think about that. Like that's obvious. That's like so obvious in hindsight, or such a smart idea, but
Yeah,
when you don't see it, you're like, oh.
I don't know much. I double checked with the tracker to make sure that like Overlook Cave was in logic if I had like just a sword, and it said it was. So I was like, I think I'm okay with doing that. So
Yeah, that's kind of how I was thinking. Is I was like, as long as I have a sword, I'm not doing it with Skullhammer, but as long as I have a sword.
yeah, which I guess is thinking about it now is kind of scary because 4 Darknets with just 1 sword, not the best. I wouldn't have soup or anything.
You'd be running in circles for a while, I think.
Yeah, so no fire ice arrows, so that wouldn't have been. Maybe this was not the smarter play. I have too much confidence in my abilities. Jay getting slightly less trolled by wizards. We're getting trolled by Niblins now.
Yep, it happens. This sub is a bit of a nightmare. And the wizard, honestly.
Yeah, that's rough.
They make it through. FCP is just an annoying sub. It's one of those ones you really wish you could have Leaf for.
Yeah, for sure. It's pretty. It's definitely the fire arrows are a good improvement because it's better than being down in the lower level.
Oh yeah.
Where you get extra trolled by Maniblins, but still not perfect.
Still not perfect. So we're picking up the delivery bag here, and that is because Cafe Bar Postman gives us a pearl. We actually require all 4 pearls today for the Tachi entrance.
Yes.
Where does I'm forgetting now. It takes us to Rockspire to get bombs. That's right.
So we're back to Windfall for Woofer here, and I'm guessing we're going to see some Creeb and a few things. Pictobox stuff. True.
That's pretty good for being in the lower level. So it looks like we are seeing Woofer's just gonna talk to Lenzo, which is kind of what I figured would be faster.
Yeah, and he's got the skull hammer, so he can just do the jump slashing strat up here, which is a good strat. I like this. Turn it to night first.
Okay, so this routing makes a lot of sense then. You get creep and then immediately go to get Lenzo left chest.
And it looks like Jay is going to be going for the big pig now. Having to stop for some extra rupees though because bait costs money.
Unfortunately. So in a way, that's actually first getting a little bit of time back, but 100 rupees is probably enough to not have to worry about money for the rest of the run.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna see Woofer go through and get the Lenzo stuff, get his picture, and then we're going to probably do, I would guess you do Creep, go up and talk to Creep, and then you go give the picture, turn it back to Day, and give the picture to Pompambira?
I guess so. Well, hold on. We have transparent chests too, though, right?
Yeah, maybe you get the picture and save warp, and then you go and grab that, and then... Or you play... Because otherwise you have to play 2 Song of Passing, so...
Yeah, that's not fun. It's kind of awkward.
$5 rupees for Jay. Maybe we might just go for the 2 Song of Passings. That might be faster than rolling all the way through the island twice. I'm not sure.
Catch Creep now. Jay grabbing Maggie's. Yes, that is true that Woofer is opting for at least one more visit to Windfall.
I don't think he'd leave and come back. I think he's probably just gonna do Song of Passing twice.
No, for sure. But what I mean is that because we require Cafe Bar Postman.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm forgetting about. Yeah.
All good. is off to Bird's Peak. Gotta grab. He takes us to Choo Choo Cave, and we'll go ahead and we'll grab Scale the Wall. Has a hook shot for us.
Yep. Yes, I guess Woofer's just gonna come back for Transparent Chest after when he comes to do Maggie's letter.
Did Woofer mean to buy bait there?
No, I think he wanted arrows. I think he's going to do the Wizrobe Cave.
Okay.
Yeah. Which makes sense since that's at paw print today.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I am not a fan of the Wizrobe Cave, even with Fire Ice arrows.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Safety save, just in case, because arrows.
Yeah, you can absolutely run out. Actually, I'm just looking at my route now and realizing that I actually managed to get all 3 bows before I go to this cave, so I would have just killed them with light arrows.
Yeah, I actually ended up with that as well.
So this cave is a bit deceptively tricky. You kind of just have to manage the Wizrobes. For the first 2 phases, you can keep them from doing anything, and then the 3rd phase, we opt to usually let 1 spawn, because I think it only...
You can, if you're fast enough, you can stunlock all of them.
You can stunlock all of them? Okay, what do you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can see Woofer doing a pretty good job of managing that now, actually.
Yeah, that's really hard. So.
Yeah. And if you miss one, you're kind of yeah.
You're in a bad place.
Yeah, not in a great spot. Yeah. I'm guessing next Woofer will just be going to Eastern Ferry from here then for the sword.
That would make sense. We do have PBs, so we can just go in. Always collecting a little bit more rupees. I'm imagining we'll see. Oh, we saw a transparent chest. I don't think we've seen Creed yet from Joe.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's Eastern Ferry Island. I can see it in the distance.
Oh, James, wind is not set right. That's the worst feeling.
Mm-hmm. Hey, there's the windmill. Yay.
Yay.
Now we get the sword that that Woofer's been wanting for 20 minutes now.
Always nice to have, especially in this preset.
Yeah. Well, I thought Jay was gonna do Mila there for a second. Now it's like,
I was like, what's on Mila?
Oh. I remember it being technically something.
It's a wallet, but Rockspire Mayo is just an orange rupee.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense after you've done all this rupee farming now.
It would be a bold play.
I would respect it. But...
Yes, this is a spoiler rocket. Getting the green rupee. Well, we're exactly 30.
Alright, now we're gonna see Woofer go pick up his hook shot that we just saw Jay get a few minutes ago. Oh, I think Jay realizing I don't think he went to the top of the House of Wealth.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think so yet either.
It's one of those, it's the little intricacies of some of the checks that you have to do that you sometimes, they're easy to forget about.
Windfall can be an especially awkward version of that, I find, because sometimes you end up with just like all sorts of Monkus deer around the island.
Yeah. Especially if things end up having to be done in a weird order in spoiler log, and it can feel really inefficient, but you just have to tell yourself, even if you're doubling back all over the place, it's more efficient than full clearing all the checks. So, and that's what I have to tell myself in spoiler log.
I absolutely have to do the same. There have been a couple times in the past where I've been like, why would I do this? This is faster in the route. And then like not trusting your route is a big mistake because you were thinking about it at that time.
Yeah, I agree. I've had that happen a few times before where it was like, why did I do this? But yeah. And there's the hook shot. And then I said, and then you realize like one time, I really, in like an all sanity spoiler log race, I really screwed myself because I was like, I was going to decode treasure charts, and then I was like, oh, I'll just check the mail while I'm on my way down. But I had routed in the mail being after because there was another Triforce chart in one of the mails, but I needed the other mail, and I got an extra Triforce chart and did not have the rupees for it.
So we are seeing storage from Woofer here.
Yeah, I think he's going to go store the lookout platform chest at Cliff Plateau and use that to get on top of the island.
Yeah, this is a good strat because the Cliff Plateau entrance is at Rockspire, and there's just like no good reason to go to that quadrant otherwise.
Yeah, I did this. I think I did this because the Forbidden Woods entrance is also required, so I actually did this after doing that. But that storage is better than the Beetle storage, so I like this play a lot.
Yeah, I think I debated this, but then I recalled that I don't know how to do tree drop storage.
Yeah,
so I just like went to Rockspire.
It's a lot like doing like a bomb drop or a pot drop storage, where you just kind of like where you're walking into the bomb. Only this time you're walking into a tree. So.
Fair enough. Seeing Jay opting to use those fire and ice arrows.
I'm not sure if this works. Yeah, I don't think the fire and ice arrows works because it takes too long to,
We're seeing what happens when you let things spawn now. It becomes an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
I think for the first two phases it looked like it was fine, but once you have 3 Wizrobes, you really just need to be arrowing each
Yep. There we go. There's the shard that we needed. And now Woofer can hop back in his boat and go to wherever he wants to go. I'm guessing outset. Possibly.
Probably. Yeah.
Hold it.
Because you're most likely going to want that Maggie's letter, get her last pearl on Woofer's side.
That was really weird how that side hop didn't get up there. Interesting.
Really interesting one.
Alright. More pig eating. Very nice.
I support this.
Yeah.
And Jay off to Eastern Ferry, it looks like, from Paw Print, which I also think, yeah, like this is so good.
Makes sense. A lot of times you see a lot of stuff where the biggest difference you see between like top runners a lot of times is just there are some things that can be done in different orders because it doesn't really matter, and you see that, but there's a lot of things you see done together because it's so efficient.
I know as well, I mean, this is true of most top runners, to be fair. I know Jay is a really big fan of, like, if he can just chain islands together in a really easy way. That's kind of what he tends to go for.
Yeah, I think that's a good general strategy. You
Yeah.
don't want to be there's two sort of sides to the spoiler log coin to where it's like if all something is an extra warp somewhere, that's not too bad because it's only 15 seconds. But at the same time, if you can do things all together, you don't want to be doing extra warps for no reason.
For sure.
So, yeah. That's my hot take.
It's a very hot take. So I think one thing I like about what I'm seeing here is that, well, I probably overconfidently was like, I think I can get a world done with a hero's sword and a bow. I'm seeing, meanwhile, these top runners getting 2 bows and 2 swords and skull hammer before they've even touched the place.
Yeah.
I'll put my hubris in check, I think.
Yeah, so we're seeing it's going to be tricky to tell kind of who may or may not be ahead at this point, because I was trying to sort of do like a mental calculation in my mind here, and I know so Woofer's already gotten the Cliff Plateau chest, and jwiste has this Maggie's letter check and the transparent chest already, so, and is also in this cave, so it's relatively close, I think, still. Obviously this is a long way to go still, but I'm guessing the play for Woofer, I do like this where he's going to, I'm assuming, save warp out of this out of the cafe, and then just change it to night and get the transparent chest, and then be done with Windfall.
Yeah, that's pretty clean, for sure.
So now Jay is going to, I'm guessing this is going to be the getting Cliff Plateau.
Nope, this is going to Angular. We're getting overlooked on.
Oh, wow, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense, too. Jay might opt to go into the actual entrance for Cliff Plateau. I'm not totally sure.
Could be.
Although you do have to warp back to that quadrant eventually, like I said before, for the Forest Haven entrance, or the Forbidden Woods entrance, I mean, so. I think we're getting more arrows on Woofer's side. Which he definitely has the rupees to spare. I don't think we need any more rupees. We have no more letters to mail. Nothing left to buy, so.
One thing that's been interesting is watching a little bit of arrow management, which has obviously been pretty important here. I think Jay has some ideas of where he can, sometimes it's luck-based. Like I think in the last cave, he had a pearl drop and a bunch of arrows. But, we've seen Woofer on the meantime planning out like stopping a beetle and have arrows there.
Yeah, I think I think that's a valid strat. I think the one thing I might have underappreciated was doing that Armos Night Room with just the bomb flowers, but I don't think it's too bad, but it is a little slower.
That's true. Definitely a little bit slower.
And we're gonna get bombs on Woofer's side, and then I'm assuming he'll be going to the this combat cave next.
I think so.
But we'll see. Maybe it's I think in my route I also actually had it routed in to do 2 dips into Earth Temple actually through the Warp Pod and Forsaken Fortress, which seems bad, but it also was the only way to get Mirror Shield, and I think that was probably worth it. But I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think that's why I ended up seeing if I could bring Medley with me, is the... So Mirashield Seed doesn't look bad until you realize how things are all intertwined together. Specifically, it's bad because of where Deepu is, which is like deep in the left side.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad play either, especially since you're like you warp to that cauldron anyways for, or you can warp straight to FF, so it's not that bad.
Yeah. Definitely seeing the advantage of coming here with the other two bows.
Indeed. They're aligned to it with all that armor, and you should be able to take 1-2 ISO as well.
Yeah, quite the epic combo.
Name a better duo.
Can't even. Woofer's kind of jammed in this corner here.
Yeah, getting a little bit trolled by the Armos Knights there, in my opinion.
Lucky there's lots of ways to get your hearts back in these combat caves.
In terms of developer intent, they're not that difficult, but we tend to overcomplicate things in the spoiler log.
Yeah, you're generally trying to do most things with as few items as you can get away with. So, and that can lead to some complicated situations.
Oh no! Missed the jump slash.
Unfortunate.
It happens.
The nice thing is you can stay pretty stocked up in here, so that's good.
And we're seeing Jay head off to Private Oasis. I wonder if we're probably seeing ET now.
Yeah, the only other thing here is the top of the waterfall is a shield, so...
It's definitely pretty free.
Yeah. Earth Temple definitely makes sense as the place to go to next, so I support these decisions.
Actually, now that I think about it, it's beyond 3. They need it. They don't have Cabana.
And that's the last room, or I should say, last of the combat rooms.
Last of the side rooms, yeah. Now we just have the darkness to take care of.
Hopefully, don't get trolled too much here. Oh, very nice.
Very
2 for 1.
Clean.
All right,
This
and
is
then
also
there's
nice
one.
because once you take off the helmet, you can just hold L and target. The arrows always go for the Dark Nut head.
A group of Dark Nuts is like one of the toughest enemies, or a combat situation to be in, but just one Dark Nut is like one of the easiest ones if you have a sword, so...
It's very true. You can very easily manage one Dark Nut, but... You know, I've even had trouble with the 2 Dark Nuts in MSC if I just like don't have light arrows. They can give me a hard time.
Oh yeah, definitely. I can't even remember what my route was anymore. I've been absorbing 2 very different routes, and now I'm just like, did I even route this seed? It's so different.
I kind of feel that.
We're gonna see Woofer going into here. What do they call this? Earth Temple, that's it.
What did we call this?
That's the ticket.
good storage from Jay.
I like the deed skip. It's very satisfying.
It's a really nice skip, yeah. Okay, so Jay's doing... I didn't know how doable this was, but just because I've never been in this situation before. But this is pretty much what I was thinking about too.
Yeah, it's pretty much free. You just... It's as free as doing it with Leaf as least. It just is a little slower.
Oh, jeez.
That's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. Went a little too high, I suspect.
Yeah, I am rather excited because I do think this Earth Temple is definitely very interesting to route, so I'm definitely interested in 2 for 1.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how our runners work this out.
Sorry. Yeah, I did not go through it this way, actually. Ooh.
Oh. That's interesting, because they do have hook shot, so you can just... Oh, that's actually so clever, and I never thought about it before. And that also gives Jay the small key.
Yeah.
That's really smart.
Yeah, definitely. I did it slightly differently. I just did the 3 blocks room first, and voided out in here, and then solved the puzzle, and then just save warped out of the... and also, my route was designed because I was going to two-trip Earth Temple.
I think in my route, I mostly do what Jay does, except I don't bring Medley that far into left side, and I just like delete the small key and accept it's gone. Which in hindsight is probably not the best plan, but I didn't think about just bringing Medley and voiding her. That's really smart. We are seeing Woofer on the opposite side, just doing, yeah, left side
Yeah,
like
very
this.
interesting. Going for this strat. I do like the
cool
strat, for sure. Easy first try. And he does need to bring Medley. Yeah, okay, cool. I always get worried about little things like that, like hopefully people don't forget, but they almost never do. So my question now in my mind that I'm thinking is, when is Jay going to do the right side? Because he has chest storage now. So...
Yeah, that's a good question. I guess
is he
he'll
gonna
do it now. I wonder if he'll do the same thing he did. Oh no, we are not going right side this time.
Yeah, interesting.
Might be opting to do it last then.
Yeah.
We're probably save warping out of Jauhala.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because that immediately got me thinking is I wonder if you could put Medley on the other side with the chest and do that hook shot, weird strat. Oh, no, wait, yeah, I don't think we get Medley back out of bounds.
Oh, I don't like this strat.
I don't either. I was opting to do the one where you call Medley to the other side.
Hmm. Yeah. That one, I can't get it consistent. I know there are people that were saying, as there was a big conversation about it the one day, that were saying that it's easy. I can never get it to be consistent. So there's something. I think there's something I'm missing, and I don't know what it is.
I'm just always afraid of avoiding.
Yeah, it is risky for sure. Although I guess you have the Tingle Statue chest in this instance as a backup. You can also place Medley inside the pillar from like the side too.
Yeah.
Which is a lot safer. I said pillar, but I meant Songstone.
I also thought it was funny when I was reading the route. We have a 4th Earth Temple big key. Based on how things worked out.
Oh yeah, true. That's kind of funny because like you don't have to do the big key skip, but at the same time it's like, yeah, you know, you don't have to do the big key skip because you have big key, but you need chest storage to get there because we're skipping Earth God's lyric, so it's kind of like.
If you pick the big key up anyway.
Yeah, so it's like. It's sort of like a chocolate teapot, the Earth Temple big key in this instance. It's about as useful. That's about how useful it is.
Okay, so we saw Woofer opted to just save work, and now is going to most likely store this transparent chest in first crypt and use that to grab destructible walls.
Yeah, and then I'm guessing the play is to I'm not sure what if it's going to be a door storage and get
I think that's
to get to the Tingle chest for go mode, or
yeah, I think that's closer to what I would have done as the door storage.
Yeah, and he'll be bringing Medley along too. Then I'm guessing.
Most likely.
Well, they'll have to.
Yeah, now that I think about it, you like can't get back to the elephant statue.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, hey, well, for a second I thought Jay didn't have enough height, but hey, if it works, it works.
Yeah.
We're getting his shard here. Going to be deleting the small key that he stored. That's what that was, if anybody was curious.
It's a shame, but you can get by without it.
True. I'm wondering if Woofer's just going to leave and come back with... Oh, nope.
Nope. Looks like Woofer's just going to go straight to Valhalla, finish up.
I wonder how he's going to get to the Floor Master room.
That's yeah, I just noticed that we're not bringing Medley right now. So I'm a little confused.
I'm a little worried, yeah.
This feels like we've forgotten something.
Yeah.
Either that or Woofer is about to show us.
Hopefully. There is always the chest on the left side you can still store, so the chest behind the statues, and you could use that to go mode. So
you could do that to go mode. It does seem a little slow though.
Yeah.
I'm actually like really intrigued that we're going to see something interesting here, because Woofer has been doing so many of those Plando puzzles that I feel like he's been seeing some like interesting things lately.
I'm kind of just scared he's forgotten he can't get back from that room.
I mean,
but I'm hopeful that we see something really interesting. think we now have a bit of the realization.
Yes, I'm suspecting we do. Oh, shooting from this angle is awful. So, sure enough, it looks like we're... Oh no, that sucks. There is one magic up you can get by firing an arrow. The other banner?
Looks like he's got enough magic to get through here, though.
Yeah, this should be fine. This should be enough. Jay's gonna be grabbing that last shard. The worst feeling when that happens.
Yeah. Oh, Whooper not getting the popping up like what happened with Jay.
Unfortunately. I'm always scared when I see all the keys are still alive in this room. They can sometimes bonk you and you just void.
Yeah, true. We're going up to the higher level to have a bit more magic. Or to, I should say, to use a bit less magic.
Yeah, because we need our lights in order to beat Valhalla in this instance. Probably something to inquire about if it was, maybe it was just a routing mistake, maybe it was just, like it happens. And especially when the seeds are kind of awkward or have a critical item in an awkward place like this.
Yeah, this seed was definitely awkward.
Yeah, you can just end up getting a little distracted. And...
It's just so much stuff to think about.
It is. It really
it's hard
is.
to remember everything. And it's like that with most spoiler log seeds.
Mm-hmm. I think I've said before that most of the time in spoiler log, the only time that you might, and it's not even a guarantee, get a break is if you end up with the swordless. There's a chance that it will just actually be really easy to route, but even then.
Yeah, it can be, those seeds can still be complicated just because routing around being swordless, but because you're finding less items, it usually doesn't take as long. Overall.
You're focusing a lot more on the execution problems for sure.
Yeah. Can I do this without sword? Is there anything I'm forgetting about because I won't have a sword to do in this room here?
I've joked a bit with Fi before, but we were sharing our like spoiler log presets. We were allowed to have like a template essentially, how you like to organize things. And I have notes at the top of mine that basically remind me not to do dumb things because I've done them before where I've routed in a bomb push dive on a chest and I don't have bombs or I don't have a sword or a jump dash. It's like, yeah, of course you're gonna have a hard time doing that.
Yeah. Well, this is another good example of what we talked about too, of sort of routing on the fly in spoiler log. If you do happen to forget something, or something in your route doesn't work the way you thought it would, then how do you sort of, recover from that? And my guess, the strategy from Woofer here is going to be to store the 3 blocks chest. Or the 3 blocks, the chest behind the statues. And then we'll probably go to and bring Medley through after with go mode with that chest.
Well, once you have with the double magic especially, once you have chest storage, you don't need to bring Medley past the Songstone. You can actually skip to the right side elephant statue with chest storage. It's a little awkward.
Yeah, right, yeah. I'm guessing he's probably just going to want to bring Medley, but maybe not. Could have been wrong before.
We're seeing this same cliff storage hook shots. It's always so awkward because you're kind of blind when you do it. You can get angles where you can see the chest, but then the second you start looking at it, those angles go away.
Yeah, it looks like Woofer's going to be bringing Medley, so...
Yeah. Which, fair enough.
Probably going to have to kill these enemies again.
That's unfortunate. Oh, don't die. This is not a time when you want to die.
Oh, we're going...
Oh my god, Woofer, please, just finish them off. This is very scary. And there's a Poe chasing you. Quarter heart. What is happening?
Okay. Alright, we're good.
We're fine, we're fine. All part of the plan.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we're seeing Jay's off to FW. Got to be at Star Island.
Fun strat here. Going through the wall. Seeing what Earth Temple looks like when you're from the outside.
As developers intended, clearly.
Definitely. Gosh, dropping Medley through walls just always makes me nervous.
There's always this innate fear that's like, well, if she voids, what do we do?
Yeah. If she voids, then it's kind of not great.
Alright, so we're actually seeing this strat from Woofer. You just sort of put Medley in the Songstone.
Yeah.
I don't know how specific it is, to be honest. Apparently
It's
a little.
annoyingly specific. Just enough that it sucks. Yeah, you kind of... When I do this, I usually try and aim for that little, like, crack. The lower one on the to the right there of Sans' arm. That's sort of where I try and, like, place Medley inside of. There we go. Yeah, now once you leaf around like so, all you have to do is call Medley and you can pick her up, open the door.
Nice and easy.
Yeah. Woofer actually not getting to use the big key then.
Oh, good point.
This is just a
piece of it.
Just a normal seed for him, man. And no big key seed.
Yeah, if you watch or play enough Randomizer or just Wind Waker in general, it's pretty quick to learn that big keys are mostly optional.
Yeah, I think the big key that I usually end up getting the most often is probably Tower of the Gods, and
If I
then
can, yeah.
yeah, I just mean in general, like percentage of time where I get the big key in spoiler log, Tower of the Gods is definitely the highest, and then Wind Temple is probably second highest. And then the other three is like Earth Temple definitely the least. And then probably Forbidden Woods the second least. ERC the third least. I always make the joke that the Forsaken Fortress big key is just the Skull Hammer, so I guess you have to get that 100% of the time when you have Forsaken Fortress.
Yeah, that's true. It's a good one. And we are, I mean, I love that this was probably the most efficient thing to do in FW, but beyond that, I was happy about this. Double Mothula is Hero's Charm.
I didn't even check it.
I doubt we'll be seeing anything from Jay, but maybe we'll see something from Woofer.
Hopefully. Although, I'm going to be honest, I'll doubt if he even checked to see what it was.
Yeah, I think I didn't check. I think I was doing routing and chatting at the Tifa point. I was like,
Yeah, I didn't check it. I was like, I'll just store that for big key skip and that'll be it. That's a great question. Stonewatcher, maybe? For Tower of the Gods?
That's a great point, yeah. Stonewatcher would be a good one. Yeah, gotta be it.
I see it. There it is. Well, that's how it is. I think we went too far. Oh, nope. I was incorrect. There it is. Easy
very
swim.
Clean swim, honestly.
So yeah, we're already over an hour in, and I guess Jay just finished Forbidden Woods, but Forbidden Woods was kind of like the we're just stopping by dungeon today, because there was not really anything in there.
Yeah, you need some shards, and, well, you need a shard and a sword.
Yeah. The shard on the boss and the sword in the base, but otherwise it's pretty much empty. Tower of the Gods, actually, like, completely empty, other than the shard, so... But it is going to be a lot more time consuming to get through. Just because it's so slow.
So many cutscenes.
Mm-hmm.
I think from a overworld writing perspective, I kind of like what Woofer's done here. Just making more efficient use of the swims. That said, swims are saving like small amounts of time that build up. Maybe 15-20 seconds over like warping and sailing.
Yeah, you can see Jay's just warping and sailing here, so...
Wow, that rat just dashed us in the cutscene.
Rude.
No respect these days.
Yeah.
In a way, I'm a little sad that both our runners are about to be in top G, because there isn't a lot to talk about. We kind of just have to do most of it in order.
Yeah, there's... Top G is one of those places that you basically... There is no really going out of order in this dungeon. It's basically a straight line. It's not shaped like a straight line, but the path you have to take through it is generally unchanging.
I also, I'm laughing at myself a little bit right now. As you mentioned, we did some routing and comms before, just to get a sense of what it looks like. I stupidly was like, well, I'm stealing a big key from, or stealing a small key from ET anyways, and never looked to see that the top G small key is on stone tablet. So yeah. I would have just had an extra key here.
Well, hey. Well, you know what they say, 2 keys are better than 1.
Someone probably said that.
Yeah, I can think of one time.
What's that BMO's doing, by the way?
Oh. Nice snipe.
Yeah, that's pretty hard, honestly.
Same nice snipe to the rat, I suppose. Credit where credit's due, even if it is an enemy.
Everyone's working hard to get Employee of the Year.
Yeah.
I said that earlier. There are still cool strats in here.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone's favorite, the Jax clip. And I am curious. I know there's been a lot of us that have had this discussion before about where in Tower of the Gods is the big key worth getting, and I think the mini boss is definitely one of the toss-up ones.
I feel like if I saw it on mini boss, I wouldn't get it. I generally get it though when I see it on like floating platforms or second Armos or.
I've gotten it on mini boss before when I have light arrows, but generally only if I have light arrows will I get it on mini boss. Sometimes, and generally I also try to not have light arrows in Tower of the Gods.
Yeah, to be fair, they do cause a bit of extra headache.
They slow me. Yeah, they slow me down. Unless I have to do mini boss, speed me up.
There's definitely been times when I've shot Godin in the eye with a light arrow and been like, well, there goes some magic.
Yeah. Time too, because you have to wait so long for the light arrow to be able to fire another arrow. And then Godin does that thing where he like tries to laser you, and you're like, thanks.
And it's like, I can do that to you too. It's an accident.
Just you wait till I can fire this next arrow. Just you wait.
Little maneuver is gonna cost us 57 years.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal at all, but the strat that Woofer just did there of just putting one statue up and then pretty much leafing across, I didn't know it for the longest time.
Oh.
And so I would just do 2 statues. Oh! Alright, we got the ledge grab, we're good.
Yeah. Not the worst position to be in that instance. You have bombs to bomb boost, and we've had basically the forced command melody anyway, so...
That's true, yeah.
Plenty of ways out if you happen to lose too much height with the leaf or something. It's one of those things to where generally it's good to like think of and know all of your backups in spoiler log just to be safe.
For sure. Ooh,
yeah.
Popping into the water here. This is kind of RNG. The keys, okay, the keys were not too mean today, but they can just choose to keep knocking you down, and there's really nothing you can do about it unless you decide to kill them.
Yeah, the real unfortunate thing about not landing on top of the statue in the previous room from Woofer's perspective is the Wizrobe spawning. Jay was electing to get the big key here.
I can understand it.
Yeah, it's one of those ones. I think big key in this position is kind of a toss-up. I think big key...
really fast to get players.
Yeah. He might have even... Yeah. I think big key... The places I wouldn't get big key are hop across boxes and top of floating platforms room, but only if I don't need the floating platforms room chest. So if I need the other chest and the big key's in there, I will just get it.
Yeah, I would agree with that for sure.
But the floating platforms chest is kind of one of those ones to me where it's like, on its own, it's probably a little better than mini boss, I would say. So I probably would just get it. But it's still, I can see people not wanting to get it. First try storage though.
It's always good. a little
Yeah.
awkward. I mean, not the worst, obviously, we're very experienced runners. A little awkward to get on the big chest, though, because it's just timing is slightly different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the 3 different sized chests have 3 slightly different I almost said sized timings. Slightly different length timings, I think is the proper terminology. The beamers. I also prefer to make sure everything is dead.
I usually don't worry about killing the Beamos on the left, but the one on the right I always take care of, yeah.
Yeah, and I know there's another way people have been doing this. I wonder if Woofer is content with his wind or if he's going to change it.
I was gonna say, I don't know what the wind is. This is manageable.
Oh yeah, for sure. Didn't even need to do leaf pumps, or whatever they call those things.
So the great debate can go on. We can go ahead and ask. Oh, instant respawn on my hand. That sucks.
Yeah. Died with 1 arrow.
Which one was faster, getting the Dark Nut mini boss big key or getting the key? We have footage.
True. Yeah, that was a really solid big key skip for sure.
That was a bit, yeah. That was pretty fast across the board.
Yep. Definitely saved time, I think, compared to, or definitely saved time, I think, with regards to, I don't remember what I was going to say, actually. Oh, not changing the wind, because it wasn't, that was what I was thinking.
That's
I was thinking that, and I went to say it, and then I couldn't remember what I wanted to say anymore, so, yeah.
One thing I had to think about it a little bit too. I wonder why this is. So Woofer is not using any magic arrows on the hand, and I was like, why would that be? And I connected the dots. It's a choice because then he doesn't have to worry about switching to white arrows at all.
Yeah.
It's a weird choice, but if you feel more confident in it, then power to you.
He might also, I think there is some method to thought process. I think he just doesn't like using the elemental arrows in Godin. I know some people think it causes, I don't know that Woofer thinks this, but I know that I've heard people say they feel like they get more hand respawns when they use the elemental arrows, so they just don't. But I'm guessing he probably was thinking more like what you said. Just not wanting to cycle through the arrows.
Maybe it's something just to ask after your thoughts on it.
True. Definitely an option.
So yeah, seeing Woofer leaving Godin, Jay enters. But Jay has already finished FW. I can't help but feel Jay has a lower gear for sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Jay is going to be heading to Hyrule immediately after this boss fight, and Woofer still needs to do the Needle Rock Cave and Forbidden Woods.
I forgot about the Needle Rock Cave.
Yeah. So. It looks like we're going to be doing Needle Rock Cave first, which makes sense.
It doesn't totally matter which one.
Right.
I know people that really like to finish, if they can, and score a lot with their dungeons, and others who are preferences.
Yeah, generally, I don't know if I have a strict way that I'll do it in that situation where it's like, I have one dungeon left with a shard and one sword left in the overworld, and they're both going to be a warp on their own. So it literally doesn't matter. I don't know if I actually have a specific way that I do them.
Fair enough.
To make it consistent every time. Not that it's wrong to do that, it's just one of those things to where I usually just... When I see things and it's like, it doesn't matter what order I do these 2 or 3 things in, I just have to do both of them before I go somewhere else. It's like, I usually don't try and put a lot of effort into that. that decision.
Yeah, for sure. I find sometimes even when I'm routing, what I'll do is I'll see something like that where I'm like, I can't really think about how to fit this in, and I just say, you know what, we worry about it at the end. If it's like a shard or, you know, a third sword or something like that. We'll figure it out later.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, so J in go mode.
There's Hero's Charm, Jay. Don't you see it? Alright, so we'll be going to Forsaken Fortress on Woofer's End, and then going to Forbidden Woods. And we have double magic for Phantom Ganon, so in all honesty, I've noticed that I actually feel like for me, Soup is better for the Ganon fight, but for at least if I'm for Puppet Ganon specifically, I think I generally prefer double magic over having Soup.
I can understand that, yeah. If you have a full double magic bar going into that fight, which is pretty consistent to set up generally, you can kind of just go for the whole fight, and you don't have to think about magic until really the entire fight. Unless it goes really bad, which can happen too.
Yeah, you have to get pretty horrifically unlucky to go that long without getting magic. Or you just have to be doing really good and just don't get any keys to show up, right? You just...
Even then, I think if you have a full bar of magic, you can definitely have a Puppet Ganon where you don't run out by the end.
Yeah, for sure.
Woofer is opting to conserve a tiny bit of arrows here, which is kind of interesting because you can, depending on how you shoot them, you can collect them. I'm not opting to store this chest either.
Yeah, I'm guessing Wolfer's doing the ledge clip to get to the basement, so just gonna go up there the normal way anyway.
That's fair, yeah. The bomb ledge clip works pretty well, and then you don't have to worry about that storage.
Yeah.
No! Oh, we're saved.
Yep.
Timing cycles.
Yeah.
One of the hardest tricks.
True. Gonna open the warp pot, right?
Oh, I hope so. Oh no.
Oh, he used the bomb. Okay, used the bomb. Very clever.
I didn't realize that the bomb would blow it up. Of course it would.
Yeah, you can do it with fire arrows or the leaf orb bombs. There may even be other ways to do it. I'm not totally sure, but I know for sure those 3 ways work.
We got the Moblin Spear because it's the strongest weapon.
I do like the Moblin Spirit.
It's good when you have an excuse to use it.
Like Shark Island Cave.
Very true.
Well, time for Puppet Ganon on Jay's side. Ooh, 2 very good quick shots.
Very good shot.
Oh,
wow.
nice.
Was
3
that
for 3.
10 seconds? think that's the fastest PG1 I have ever seen. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was really, really fast.
Getting those shots at all, it's like if you ever decide to run it, is hard. Getting them that consistently and quickly, that's just like an insane experience.
Ooh, no double trip, sadly, but
double trip. But you do kill the keys with a light arrow during the
yeah, very clutch. Man, I can't remember the last time I've seen an orb drop from a keys in this room.
Yeah, actually. Some turret strats. Ooh, one for
Yeah, I guess when you have that much magic, it doesn't hurt. I think bomb strats on Woofer's side. I like the bomb strats. Calademus, they're nice.
I have such trouble with my bombs all the time.
It's really one of those things. I always get super nervous when I'm doing Calademus with bombs because I don't play with the game sound on, so.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
But going pretty quickly for Woofer there, so.
Yeah, that was honestly an excellent bomb strat. Calademus, very fast.
Yeah. Well, this was definitely, obviously, a very slow seed.
Yeah, no, I would say most spoiler log seeds probably end up being, on average, an hour 5 minutes, probably.
Yeah, I would say somewhere in that hour and 10 range would have been my guess, but...
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, sometimes you get some sub 1 hour ones, and sometimes you get some really long ones like this one.
Yeah. That happens.
Ganon without the excuse me. Ganon without soup is just really annoying. Because you can't follow the script anymore.
Yeah, you do lose the script. There's been a couple of times I've done runs where I was the only person who went in swordless without soup. Why did you do that to yourself?
Yeah, I generally put a lot more.
We're still heroes. Come on, Riverside, let's go.
Yeah. I definitely put a lot of weight on getting soup in swordless. So.
And Jay finishing up 121.34.
GG's to jwiste.
Yeah, GG's to Jay. Heading into Hyrule at about the same time. Very, very interesting seed. I mean, you were saying this. I also felt like a lot of what I was thinking for routing completely different stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And welcome, Jay. GG's. Congrats.
GG's.
Oh, thank you.
How are you feeling?
My execution was good. My routing was really good. My following the route wasn't so good.
That's
just
amazing.
like with the there were two big brain farts: buying the poi pair instead of bait. And then on Windfall, when I didn't mail Maggie's letter, and I forgot to mail Maggie's letter. Then I went back, mailed Maggie's letter. Then I went to the cafe before going to Maggie's. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I do remember that part.
Yeah, I really like my ET route.
Yeah, the ET route was cool. I know ET was really strange in this one.
Cause I was like, oh, both of the shields are free, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then you realize that one of the shields requires a double dip, and you're like, oh, maybe not.
Yeah. With no FF and no Wind Temple, definitely makes it even less good. Double dip.
I was considering, like, if the FW entrance and the Tachi entrance were flipped, like, Tachi was on Star, and then the Forbidden Woods was, Stonewatcher, I might have, like, done Tower of the Gods, then done... Or no, done...
Forbidden Woods.
Done Forbidden Woods, got the shield, then gone back to ET through FF, but it wasn't that way. And it wasn't, like, too slow the way I did it. It just was really weird because you brought medley everywhere. Like, I have it in my notes, like, bring medley everywhere in all caps.
Yeah, it was interesting, and I know there's you brought medley through, like, on top of the Songstone, and Woofer did it through, like, the corner of the Songstone, and yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've been told that the way that I do it isn't safe, but, like, as long as you have, like, enough of an angle, then your worst case scenario is that she's gonna not clip.
Yeah,
that's fair.
True.
I've never had that fail when I, like, do it right.
Yeah, that makes sense. I know that one just scares me because I always feel like you try. Whenever I do it, I always try, and I end up too precise, or trying to be too close, trying to do it too perfectly, and then not rotate enough, or not angle enough.
It's scary until you do it with save states about 100 times. Then you're like, okay, it's fine.
Maybe I should do that. That's clearly the play.
Because, like, when you have a save state there, you can just, like, test what angles work and what don't.
Yeah, for sure.
And, like, as long as you have, like, any angle at all, she's either not gonna clip or, she's not gonna fall out of bounds, is the thing.
Yeah. Your PG1 was really good, too.
Yeah, that was a really good 3-shot. It was, like, a really fast 3-shot, too. Because, like, the second and third shot were, like, behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like, I don't think I've seen a PG1 in 10 seconds before. Or something like that. It was like 10 or 15.
Yeah. It was fast. Oh,
Oh no!
That is not what you want to see.
It's hilarious that with Boomerang this is what's intended, and you never want to see it when you're...
It's so hard to get the snipe too. Let's see if we get to it. Go for it, really. Or go on for it. That snipe is much easier in HD when you can just, like, flick up with gyro.
Yeah, I know hopefully get some magic drops here. Hey, look at that. Oh, look at that. Magic everywhere.
Wow.
There we go.
Well, I've had no magic left full life and they drop hearts.
Do you like my orb from the bats?
I did say something about that. I said, I can't remember the last time I've seen an orb drop from the bats.
Because I lighter owed it.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh, is that why that happened?
Well, it's RNG, obviously, but yeah.
No, clearly every time you lighter one, you'll get an orb. We all know. There's no RNG in this game. What are you talking about?
I think there was one point where you were collecting the reviews on the Elijah was like, what? And I was like, I don't know what's on there.
And then you said it was like...
If we were doing Mila, I would have gotten rupees all over Mila.
Yeah, and then I think Pixel said that it was a wallet, which led to an orange rupee. I was like, probably not getting that since you're collecting rupees everywhere.
Probably go for the House of Wealth before I do that.
Yeah.
That's what Woofer grabbed.
Yep. As you may know, I'm one of the chosen people who watch the other stream. I think Woofer is too. So.
Yeah, I know for sure he likes to watch at the end. I don't know if he watches the whole time. But...
I started sitting
Oh my goodness. I'm already, like, so nervous during runs. I am so nervous, like, to the point I'm shaking and almost feeling sick before the runs start. I cannot... Because, like, if I'm way ahead, then it's like it wouldn't really matter to me. But if I wasn't, and if it was close, I'd be like completely panicking, and I don't like panicking. Panicking is my least favorite thing to do.
Yeah, I get the feeling that, well, I don't know if it was routing or following that, but something definitely happened in ET on Woofer's side. I mean, you said you were watching, Jay, but we had, we ended on Kill All 4 Masters, which was not expected.
Yeah. The only thing that I think that maybe I could have done differently is maybe I do the first part, like the right side first, but it doesn't really matter because it's not, or like it doesn't matter when I leave the dungeon. It's not like I need to use the warp portal.
Right.
Because I have to save warp anyways after I get pop out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless if you wanted to get the Cabana deed.
I
never even looked for it.
It was on some combat cave.
You know, this was like the one seed, like one of the very, very rare times where I actually looked to see where like EGL was, to see if it was really easy, and it was like, oh, it's hard luck behind Mirror Shield, so never mind.
Yeah. Logically, this seems...
Yeah, especially considering the fact that you're supposed to get light arrows, like you're supposed to do what is it, overlook with normal arrows?
Yeah, actually that is something that came up in conversation a lot, is that I think both me and Elijah routed so that when we did overlook we had like first bow plus and then I was like, I'm feeling like I have a bit of hubris now.
Oh yeah, the Wizard cave for me didn't go so well, but it wasn't a disaster.
Yeah. I remember that, and I was like, oh boy, hopefully this doesn't go too crazy. But and it ended up not, so that was good.
Yeah, we're finishing up.
GG's for Woofer.
5 GG's.
Now, wondering if Woofer's going to end up joining us in for interview.
A little post-race commentary.
Yes. One of my favorite things about races, talking about them afterwards. That was definitely a fun seed to watch. There was a lot of interesting stuff.
It was really interesting. A lot of especially the early game and that overworld was you and Woofer doing slightly different routes and then switching with each other. And so that was quite a fun watch.
Mm-hmm.
Where were the bottles? I didn't even check where the bottles were.
I didn't either. That's a great
looked,
question.
They were bad. There's Zunari stock exotic.
Okay, yeah, it's like
chest between two dirt patches. Which
actually, Rockspire's center lookout platform isn't too bad if you actually go into the Rockspire entrance.
Yeah, if you do actually go to the Rockspire entrance, that's probably the best one. But there are 2 bottles in an out of logic dungeon, Zunari, and then that.
Mhm.
So it just ended up being that magic meter was pretty reasonable, so.
Yeah, the magic meter was... I was like, when I was routing it, like, I did like my own route, and I was like, I routed that in, and I'm like, am I being a baby for grabbing this? And then you both got it, and I was like, okay, cool.
It's just nice to have. I also think sometimes in my head, I'm like, I could be being a bit of a baby for getting the magic meter upgrade, but I'm getting it at like the very beginning of the run, so theoretically the compound interest of it is much greater than if I was getting it like way later.
Yeah, because, like, I mean, door cancel isn't, like, that slow there.
I think the way I did it in my run, I did door cancel, but into the Eastern Ferry to get a sword early. Because the way I was looking at it, I was like, oh, that seems like it's the easiest sword to get quick, but there were better.
Oh, I think part of it too was that we both missed the door cancel into headstone.
Oh yeah.
In hindsight, is so obvious, but
yeah, I think the reason I didn't think to do that is because I was like, oh, I have big pigs required, and I'm gonna have power bracelets, so I might as well just do that after I do big pig. But
that's what went in my head too. I think, yeah.
Yeah, not the best idea in hindsight.
Especially not with combat secret caves.
True.
Yeah, my overlook went fine outside of thinking that the Stalfos was moblin for a second. That's why I threw the bomb and instantly ice heroed.
Yeah.
Because if you do that in the moblin one, which is that room in Stonewatcher, you just kill the first moblin instantly.
That makes sense. Yeah, I think you both had pretty good overlooks, if I recall.
I did a couple extra quick spins in there just to be safe because I didn't want to get jump attacked.
Oh yeah, that's really scary. When you're in like spoiler log, when you don't have extra hearts, battling Dark Nuts is kind of like, man, if they do that one crazy jump attack thing, really bad. I think, and because we were talking too, I think didn't the seed logically want you to do that combat cave with Skullhammer?
Yeah, I think so.
So that's kind of not very cool. I don't think, or I think.
My thought remains that I was like, there's no way in hell I'm doing that combat cave with Skullhammer.
Honestly, I respect that. Well, I think Woofer said he's not planning on joining for an interview because he's pretty tired. So, were there any other thoughts? Or that seed definitely, even I didn't even play it, and it was like mentally draining. So,
yeah, I was like, okay, we need like some items.
Oh, and the pearls being required
like, oh,
too.
Yeah, the pearls, and then one of the pearls was on the postman, and I'm like, okay, where's Maggie's letter? Oh, it's on Big Pig.
Guess I gotta get bait bag now.
Because then you get bait bag and delivery bag and Maggie's letter.
Yep.
Yeah, and then the bait bag was Pompeii and Vera. It's like, okay, well now I need a Picto. And it's like, all right, well Picto's not too bad at least. I got that going for me, so that's nice.
Because I don't know about you two, but I always route by selecting the things. I start with everything I know is hard required, like the items required to beat the dungeon bosses and get through the dungeons, the swords, the bows, and the shards, and for me, hookshot. And so I put all those in, and then I look, okay, where are all these things at? And I think, okay, now what do I need to get to all these things? And then you start at first I'll skip over anything that's like a letter or whatever, but then when I go through and I see, oh, letter from Baito's mother, I'm like, oh, I guess I gotta get note to mom and delivery bag or whatever. And so that's when you start to see like, oh, this doesn't seem too bad, and then you start going through, or it's like an entrance and you see the top G entrance, you're like, oh, better copy paste all the pearls over next, and it just starts piling up, and this seed just kept stacking and stacking and stacking.
Yeah. Every time I see FW in Logic, I'm like, oh, okay, well, like, where's Boomerang? Is it worth considering? And it was Ankle. And I was like, nope.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that most of the single statues are like that bad, but you're not gonna get it for Boomerang.
Not for Boomerang, no. It just doesn't have enough use.
Yeah, I feel like Boomerang is best if like you're doing a lot of stuff in Forbidden Woods, and that's like really it. I guess it's not too bad to grab in sometimes in like preset B and preset D, because it can be a lot more useful in those ones. But
yeah,
I don't know if it's ever all 5 Tingle statues useful though. That's quite a tall order.
Investment.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we don't have anything else, then we can probably wrap things up. But that was a very fun seed to watch, very interesting to route, very interesting to see how it played out.
Mm-hmm.
And GG's again, Jay, and GG's to Woofer. I know not here, but still. Yeah.
GG's everyone.
Thank you. GG to Woofer. You guys not here?